everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Keep Pushing. We are back here in Toronto, live on location with a great studio audience. With L'Arche Toronto, one of the satellite offices of many offices across Canada and across the world. Today, I have with me Amanda Hickey, who runs one of the programs here at L'Arche as the leader for that program. So Amanda, welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So tell us a little bit about this program, what it's called, and how you came to be a part of it.
Well, oh gosh, so the program's called L'Arche Toronto TIFS, and TIFS stands for Trying It On for Size.
Okay.
And it's a really unique program which gives the participants an opportunity to build independent skills and then have trial overnights in the apartment so that they can experience what it is like to live on their own. But we don't only focus on that, because I feel very strongly that independence does not just end in the kitchen, or end in life skills.
Right.
So we work on community skills. We work on creating your own places of belonging and networking, and how do you have relationships. So it's it's a well-rounded program that takes from a lot of different things to give it,
So how long is this program? How long has it been running?
So we just started actually in January. It's a pilot project for 2 years.
Okay.
And the way we came about it was Raphael, our L'Arche Toronto's executive director.
Okay.
He heard about Community Living Toronto's program, and then he was like, that's a really great program. And then we talked with Community Living, and they've been an excellent source of resource for us. And then we just said, let's put our L'Arche stamp on it, because independence is great, but you're not just within the home, as I said, it's like the whole community. So
It's a wider thing.
Yeah.
It's a wider net of things, yeah. I did a very similar kind of program myself when I was a teenager, so I'm very familiar with this type of program. How does your program kind of differentiate itself from these other ones that are maybe out there?
The key is actually that we have the L'Arche values throughout it. Mm-hmm. But also, we're not just, as I keep on saying, we're not just focusing on the practical life skills. It's also about how do you network? How do you meet friends? How do you have friends over to your house for dinner? Because a lot of people with intellectual disabilities live in isolation. It's they get that apartment, but no one's talked about how do you maintain those relationships? Because usually, and not in all cases, the parents were doing it or the workers were doing it. And once the workers leave, those relationships leave. So how do you maintain those relationships? Yeah. And how do you create a life where you can really thrive? Mm-hmm. So it's just that little push.
Yeah, absolutely. So having run the program as a pilot once now, where do you see the outside community? Where do you see they could kind of assist with growing and expanding this program?
Well, that's a great question, because I think one of the strengths of it is that participants are encouraged to go out there and create their own communities. Right. And once you have someone out there in the community, then you meet other people, right. And then they're sharing the L'Arche values. They're sharing that they're important, they're valued, and then you share that with little people, and then you have all these little almost satellite circles all around Toronto. I would love to think it all around Toronto, yeah. And that is really valuable, because we all need community, and I think that's one of the things that we really strive to do in L'Arche Toronto, is build those places of belonging and community.
Okay. So, I guess going forward, how often are you planning, or the organization, how often is the organization planning to run this program in a year?
Oh, well, the program is that the participants are in the program for a year. So it starts from when they join. So we have participants now, and it's all about one-to-one coaching. So everyone gets like 3-hour coaching sessions twice a week. And then after the first 5 months, which is building up those foundational skills, building up those skills to build their own communities, then they start having the trial overnights for periods of time.
Right.
But every month we introduce a new participant into the program.
Okay. And does a person have to be a part of L'Arche to become a part of this program?
No.
So you can have people come from
Yeah,
outside.
and actually that's part of the reason why we started this program, was because we aren't creating new homes. So we want to create more opportunities to welcome more people to be part of our community.
Right.
And so this is another way that people can get to know about L'Arche Toronto, and especially that our values are so much interwoven in the program.
Yeah. No, I was having a conversation with one of your colleagues before we got on camera, and I was asking that question because I have family in Mississauga, say, right? And a lot of your satellites are in Toronto that are here. And so that was one of the things, like, how do people outside of Toronto get a hold? And this is a great way for them to access L'Arche.
Yeah, and to get to be part of the community, come to the community events, it's just an exciting way. And diversity and more people just everybody brings in their own gifts and their unique strengths, and it just strengthens us as a community.
Yeah, for sure. So what's the application process, I guess I could ask?
So it's, I do have to say, it is a fee-for-service program.
Okay.
And it costs $550 per month. However, we've been able to reduce it because we received a grant from the Ontario government, as well as we received a grant from L'Arche Canada Growth Fund, because they see that this is a way that we can grow L'Arche and reach more people. And then you put in the application and you can go to Community Hub because we're there, so you can apply that way. And then we meet. I tell them the program and what it is and get a sense of who they are.
Yeah.
But each program is different because it's person-centered. So, and every person brings in their own experiences. So like all the participants now, each one of their programs are completely different.
Right. Cool. Very cool. So I noticed you said that you have the onboard or buy-in from the Ontario government. Right. If, going forward, if you had the opportunity to speak to those in the City of Toronto government or even those in the federal government, how would you kind of engage them to kind of help you guys out with going forward? Or what is it that you would ask them going forward?
Just like that this is like a really vital program for people that desire to have independence in their life, and that every person deserves the opportunity to have a community and to have choice and to have ownership over their life, and that this is a program that will allow for that. So I think it makes us a richer community if we invest in people and invest in people.
Absolutely.
Yeah, invest in people and invest in community.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's all about inclusion and making sure everyone's taken care of. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, as a final thought, where would you like to see this program go?
Oh, I'd like to see this program be around for a very long time.
Of course.
And I'd also like to see, it would be beautiful if people didn't have to pay like a fee for service, because it's always hard to access passport funds.
Right.
So it would be really great if we didn't have to charge, and if we had more participants and more people like me running the program, so that I just can see it really enriching the community and you know what, the possibilities for it are endless, and so I don't want to like stop myself from dreaming big.
Right, of course.
It's just kind of like endless. Apologies for not being specific.
No, that's great. So, you know what, that's a great segue into my next question that I had, which was, so if anyone out there, because again, we're on YouTube, we're on Roku TV, if they want to be a part of this, whether it's an organization to help you with the funding, or whether it's an individual who has the skills and the ability to help the program in some way, shape, or form, how do they get a hold of you?
Oh, well, that's easy. They can email me at amanda@larchetoronto.org.
Great. And we'll have that put up on the screen for you so that everyone will email you and things will move forward.
Also, we have, Larch Toronto has a Facebook page.
Cool.
So that they can, if they like the Larch Toronto Facebook page,
Okay.
it's on there too.
Great. Fantastic. Hey, everybody. So this is Sujit Reddy. You can find me on Facebook, Keep Pushing TV. So that's where you can like me and follow all the episodes that I've done so far and into the future. Until then, keep pushing for all your goals and dreams. Take care.